The world is facing huge challenges.
How do we feed 9 billion people on this planet?
We all need to have food. We all need clothing. We all need shelter.
Texas A&M AgriLife Research and Texas A&M University are addressing these problems through research, specifically in the science of genomics.
A&M is a leader in many respects. We have a lot of people that are using genomics in a variety of ways. The specific purposes of improving health, providing more food and fiber.
When you look at other animals, especially the domestic animals, when you look at plants, especially the crop plants, I don't think there's any university in the world that has the expertise that we have here at Texas A&M.
To me, it's the diversity. I've only been here 4 years, and I did not appreciate when I took the job just the breadth of different terrific science that goes on here.
We really have world leaders in just about every species you can imagine. We have people working in plants, animals, fungi, microbes, diseases, human health, anything that you can think of. We have such a broad spectrum of research that people are working on.
You've been in your biology class, for example, and you've looked at let's say a bug, and then you look at a bug under a microscope, and it's a whole different kind of appearance. And it's kind of the same thing with genetics. My specialty is actually working with chromosomes and microscopes and so on. What we're able to do with genomics is actually take it down to the DNA level.
I am old enough where I've done manual sequencing gels where I would study one gene at a time, and it would take me months to sequence one gene that contributed one protein to a biological process I was interested in. That's what I did in grad school. And now, in that same period of time, in a few weeks, you can generate the data for the entire genome of that animal in the same amount of time with not a lot more money going into it. And what to do with that data is sort of the bottleneck that we're at right now. That it's easy to generate the data, but to put it together and to process it and to learn from it still takes some time. It takes more than a couple weeks to do that.
That's what we've been doing now, is accumulating these large data sets, but it's now going through and weeding those data sets to find out those prime objectives within them. And we're starting to get to that point now, but the biology is still the bottleneck. You have to go back and you have to show that these interesting findings then correlate with something that can be used in a clinic.
There were a group of us that got together and decided that it would be really neat if we formed a collective group so that we could get together people that used all the same kind of tools but did similar techniques, like worked in similar areas of genomics. And that way it'd be more efficient and we could learn from each other.
WSGI, the Whole Systems Genomics Initiative, emerged to connect this group of scientists at Texas A&M University and Texas A&M AgriLife Research.
Instead of just thinking about the genetics of the animal, can we now start to think about the genetics of what the animal eats and what the bacteria are that support that animal as well? And I can't do that myself. So how do you get all these people to collaborate together with all those expertise to start to understand that? And so that was my motivation for being involved in that project.
Science very rarely happens in one lab. Scientists very rarely work by themselves anymore. We're sharing ideas and different equipment and technologies and things like that. So WSGI gives scientists and students the opportunity to collaborate and to network.
People can address a problem that they wouldn't otherwise be able to based on the shared expertise of the group. I wouldn't be able to do this individually without colleagues that have expertise that I don't.
This is a large university, and it's a great place, but there's many people here, a lot of investigators, and so what the group does is it better connects people that are interested in genetics and genomics and the implications of the questions that we're asking and answers. It brings us together and we interface more effectively, and it allows for just a quicker and an easier exchange of information and ideas.
Groups such as WSGI facilitate us being competitive on a global market.
We're going to continue to be leaders on the world stage because of the diversity of the crops and because of the crop improvement and animal improvement programs that we have.
Texas A&M University, Texas A&M AgriLife Research, and WSGI are poised for an exciting and productive future.